Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Anime Chat with me, your host, Pop. And we're going to continue on with the theme of July, which is the 2000s anime. So from the year 2000 to 2009, we'll check out a few of those shows you may know, some you may not know. But we'll get to that a little later on. First off, we'll get some news of the week. We'll see what's going on in the land of anime. I've got some new ranking lists to show, as the one from Anime News Network isn't up yet, so I've gone to other places. We'll compare some of those rankings to see what the shows are, how they're doing for this summer season. Then we'll get up to the main event, and finally we'll see the shows of the season that I'm watching right now, which I'm enjoying and which are going to be on the chopping block. So stick around for that. And I'd like to give a shout out to all the early birds who showed up here. It was nice to see you all, like Sylvia and Husk, Canadian Cat, Crazy Lazy Fan, and Milk Cookie, and Valentino. All right, now that we're all said our hellos, let's get to the news of the week, courtesy of the Anime News Network. We're going back to Monday. Umihoshi Nanai's Kizuguchi to Hotai manga gets TV anime in January 2027. Kalopal announces Shiro Neko Project Infinity game for 2027 release on Switch and Switch 2. Okay, I don't know anything about that game, but we'll have to see what they've got in store for us. Shiro Neko, that just means white cat. Well, we'll have to look into that a little deeper as it gets closer to 2027. Crunchyroll streams Siren, the Eternal Fool's Words of Wisdom anime. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Crunchyroll thing that's going on, but if you want to order merch from their store, you have to be subscribed to them. You know what they did? They just shot themselves in the foot for people that won't do that. You're not going to earn yourself any fans for doing that, Crunchyroll. Very bonehead move on your part. Enma Akiyama's Noa Senpai wa Tomodachi gets TV anime. Tetsurio Meet with Tetsuro Musume anime second promo video reveals ending theme song, additional cast, and an October premiere. The Elusive Samurai anime season 2 reveals ending theme song artist. Milky Subway, the Galactic Limited Express anime gets new short anime. I've never heard of that one before. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten anime gets English dub. That's all for Monday. Let's move along to Tuesday. Patu's Sugumi Project manga gets TV anime. Flaming Dodgeball Girl Danko anime casts Noriko Hidaka and Misato Fukuen. That almost looks like Zatch Bell animation. Well, it's about dodgeball. Flaming dodgeball. We'll just have to see how that goes. From Far Away TV Anime's teaser video reveals main cast and staff members. October 4th debut. Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler 2 games get Switch 2 versions with no upgrade path. Well, that's kind of strange, but okay. I am playing Octopath Traveler on my Switch, and it's a great game. I like it. It's a long one. You got to put a lot of hours into it. But if they're gonna do that for the Switch 2, I mean, maybe just stick with the Switch 1 version. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves game teases new characters in animated trailer. Rick Stroud, Duck King, Kip Kim Kapwan, Laucorn Godamius. Okay, so those are the guys that are coming out. They're DLC. That's all for Tuesday. Let's move along to Wednesday. Yuru Yuru Zuken Anime's teaser reveals cast and staff. Mercedes and the Waning Moon anime reveals TV format, first promo video, cast and staff members, and a January 2027 debut. Junket Bank TV anime reveals 2 new cast members. Once Upon a Katamari game gets Switch 2 version. Rolling Live Highlights DLC on October the 8th. Well, I do like me a good Katamari game. Ever since I played my first one on PlayStation 2 back then, it was always just a really fun game. It's just, there's something cathartic about rolling things up and making this your Katamari bigger and bigger and bigger until you can roll up all sorts of things. So it's going to be on the Switch 2 version. It adds mouse controls and improved frame rate, updated graphics. Okay. Hiroyasu Kobayashi, Safe House, Area 35 unveiled Tiny Metal, Zero Line anime. New Ghost in the Shell anime cast Atsushi Miyauchi. Oh, I'm watching the new Ghost in the Shell anime. Yeah, very, very nicely done. Very stylized as Shiro Masamune would have done it. Very, yeah. I'm liking the new Ghost in the Shell. Mad Cave Studios develop a comic based on Konami's Contra games. Rhapsody, a musical adventure game, gets Switch 2 and PS5 port. It's the port of a 1998 game launched as part of the Console Archive series. Wow, it's that old, eh? Okay, well, that's all for Wednesday. Let's move along to Thursday. Anime Japan 2027 takes place on March 26th to 28th with one business day and public day overlapping. That'd be a fun time. I'd like to try and go there and see what that's all about. Anime Japan. Live action, The Samurai and the Prisoner film drops to number 5. Shibayugi, Cloudy Beach debuts at number 11. Super Mario Galaxy movie is at number 9. The 29th Detective Conan film is at number 10. Just some of the listings from the cinema over in Japan. Media OCD adds Kiss Sis, Monster Rancher, Sonic X anime, more titles to Discotheque Deep Dive Project. Hey, wow, that's alright. Also, Mazinger Z, Marmalade Boy, Ultimate Muscle, and more. It's this is good because this gives Crunchyroll a run for their money too. Hey, Sylvia. Media OCD announced on Wednesday the new round of titles that is adding to its store as part of the Discodeck Deep Dives initiative. The titles the company added for pre-order in July include the live-action Dororo, Go Nagai World, God Mazinger, Kakaishi, Kissis, Lupin the Third, lots of Lupin the Third, Return of Pykel, Part 3, Part 4, Part 4, Fujiko Mine's Lie, Goemon's Blood Spray, Jigen's Gravestone, then Marmalade Boy, Mazinger Z, Monster Rancher, but the English dub version. Oh man, I've tried so hard to find the Japanese subtitle or the English subtitle version of Monster Rancher, but I don't think it's out there. There's Saint Seiya, there's Sonic X, Symphogear, Symphogear G, GX, AXZ, and XV. Hey, my life in a nutshell. Welcome. We're just going through some news of the week here on Sunday Anime Chat. Good to see you. Oh, they're also going to do Tonagura. I've never heard of that one. Ultimate Muscle English dub version. Why wouldn't you just do Kinnikumen? It's the same thing. Just do it subtitled. Unico and Uzumaki live action. Media OCD announced in January it has started to carry distributor Discotex Media's entire back catalog that the company specifies to the extent that it's available. Through the initiative, the company will add 20 to 30 Discotex titles monthly to its store for pre-order priorities and titles that are getting hard to find. Nice. That's what I say. You always try to get the physical copy because once it goes away, it's virtually impossible to find or get your hands on, or it's incredibly expensive. So try to grab a physical copy if you can. Don't mind your name. Thought it will be funny. Hey, it's all good. If you want me to just call you like My Life or Nutshell, just to shorten it up a bit. Okay, well, there we go. Discoteck. Competition for Crunchyroll, because we need that. We need that competition so that they don't dominate the entire landscape of anime. Hey, g'day, Mex. All right. Moving along here. The Beast of Reincarnation Games video shows combat system. It will launch on August the 4th. Prinny Party Going Overboard game heads west. It's going to be there. Come out for the Switch 2, Switch, PS5, PC. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves games trailer reveals third season's new characters and July 23rd launch. Fatal Fury is also a good anime to watch if you haven't seen it. There is a couple of OVAs and a movie. So if you like playing the game and fighting games, you can see these guys in action. Hello, Voxtech. Let's see. Cocoon Wartime Anime streams English subtitled trailer. G-Kids. G-Kids is another one. So along with Discoteck, G-Kids seems to be doing a lot of good stuff for the anime scene, and they are not Crunchyroll. So I would think we should try to support G-Kids and High Dive and Discoteck. Got to knock Crunchyroll down a couple of pegs. Kaiju Girl Carmelis, the exiled heavy knight, knows how to game the system. More anime reveal English dub casts and debuts. I mean, that's fine, the dub cast, but I'm watching it subtitled because I like to hear the original Japanese voices. It seems, I think, though, the actors there, they have some really good, gravitas when it comes to acting their lines. Hello, Rose. Nice to see you. And the final one for Thursday is Uma Musume Pretty Derby franchise's World Tour concert performance comes to Los Angeles on October 22nd and 23rd. So if you're an Uma Musume fan, you're going to try to get to that as much as possible. You're going to do what you can to get to their World Tour concert. I didn't think that the Pony Girls would have a World Tour concert, but hey, there we go. And that's all for Thursday. Let's move along to Friday. I'm Dating a Dark Summoner anime's teaser video reveals more staff. And it's going to premiere in October with High Dive streaming. Final Fantasy Resonance game posts new trailer. Cutie Street members guest star as Pikachu idol group in Pokemon Horizons anime. I don't know who Cutie Street is, but they must be some kind of famous group. Oh, the Cutie Street also performs the anime's current ending theme song. Okay. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves games trailer previews DLC character Rick Shroud. Sequel work to Fate, Khalid Liner Prisma Ilya, Lich, nameless girl film to reveal new details on July the 20th. Jadagar, a Witch in Mongolia anime reveals English dubcast and a July 18th debut. We'll just skip by the North American anime and manga releases. That's all for Friday. Move along to Saturday. Final Fantasy 14 games mobile version to end service in China on September the 30th. That's what I always say about mobile games. You got to be careful because they can just shut them down anytime they feel like it. Tune in to the Midnight Heart anime's second season reveals more cast and a 2027 debut. Oh man, I gotta wait till 2027 to see the rest of this. Because I did watch the first season of Tune Into the Midnight Heart, and it was really good. Very enjoyable. Oh, here we go. Japan's video game rankings. Let's see, what is that? Number 1. At number 1, Rhythm Heaven Groove. Followed by Magical Girl Witch Trials, Tomodachi Life. Oh, for the PS5, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. So it's a re-release of the Black Flag game. Echoes of Aincrad for the PS5. Back to the Switch 2 with Digimon Story, Time Stranger, Grand Blue Fantasy. For the regular Switch Digimon Story, Crazy Chain, Elpis no Kusari, Powerful Pro Baseball. For the PS5, Grand Blue Fantasy. Hey, Timeless Gamer. How's things? At number 12, for the Switch 2, Star Fox, Pokemon Pokopia, Mario Kart World, Gambare Goemon, eFootball Kickoff, Minecraft, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Splatoon 3, and Animal Crossing New Horizons. All right, Rhythm Heaven Groove. I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds like a fun game. Must be like a rhythm, obviously a rhythm-based game. And Magical Girl Witch Trials. All for the regular Switch, not even the Switch 2. The Animation TV ranking. Sure, let's see what's on the list here. Of course, Sazi-san's there. Detective Conan is up there. Shibu Maruko-chan. Tensura. Ascendance of a Bookworm. Demon Slayer. Doraemon. Crayon Shin-chan. Bluey, of all things. And Curious George at the bottom. And finally, for Saturday, Even the Student Council Has Its Holes. Anime reveals more cast. That's all for Saturday. It's going well? Right on. That's what I like to hear. Very wet out there today. In my neck of the woods. Like, lots of rain coming down. Yes, Sylvia, Bluey of all things. You believe that? They're watching Bluey in Japan. And finally, here's the stories for Sunday. That's today. Crunchyroll reveals English dub cast for new seasons of Mushoku Tensei, 100 Girlfriends, You and I Are Polar Opposites. Bleach Mirror's High Mobile Games trailer reveals 3 new characters. Oh, it's a mobile game for Bleach. All right. And Nichi's Sometimes Even Reality is a Lie manga gets TV anime in 2027. And that's it. You guys are all caught up on the news of the week for today. Next up, let's check out some rankings for this season. And I've gone to a few places this time. I'm at Anime Corner. So the summer anime rankings for week 2. And for those people that voted, at number 1, Jadager, A Witch in Mongolia. Then Inept Villainous is next. Mushoku Tensei. Tanya the Evil. Smoking Behind the Supermarket. Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky. Love You Till Your Dying Day. 100 Girlfriends is on there. You and I Are Polar Opposites. Grand Blue, Dreaming. So that's the top 10 right there. Not bad. I'm watching some of those. Kaiju Girl Carmelize, Demons of the Shadow Realm, Tensura, Sparks of Tomorrow, Cleavitas, Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, Chainsmoker Cat. I can't believe that Chainsmoker Cat is above Ghost in the Shell. Really? Oh well. Rich Girl Caretaker, and at number 20, Black Torch. One Piece is way down here on 28th. Yeah, they do the top 71. Here's the top 10 anime of the week. Okay. That's just from Anime Corner. Let's check anime trending. The top anime charts. Here we go. These ones have Mushoku Tensei at the top, and then Jadager. And You and I Are Polar Opposites. 100 Girlfriends is at number 4. Smoking Behind the Supermarket. Tensura. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Kaiju Girl Carmelis. Sparks of Tomorrow. Demons of the Shadow Realm. And I Want to Love You to Your Dying Day. Is that they've got 2 at number 9. Goodbye Lara is at 10, and Inept Villainous is at number 11. So a little bit different. But then let's check a site where people actually watch these shows. And at number 1 is Tensura, or Reincarnated as a Slime. And then One Piece, the level 999 villager. Living in the world with my S rank cheat is number 4. Tuiho Sarita Tensi Jukishi wa Game Chikishi Muso. I'm not sure what this one is, but that's at number 5. Yomi no Sugai. I think that's Hell's Paradise. One Piece is number 2. Yeah, it's up there, isn't it? Hell Mode is at number 7. I do like me some Hell Mode. That's a good one. What's this one? Not sure which one this is. Koko wa ore ni makasetti saki ni ike to ita. Kara tennen ya tatara densetsu ni nata. Yeah. Wistoria is at number 9. And Ryome no Nin Start no Henkyo no Ryosha-sama. Yeah, it's at number 10. Hello, Ketha. How are you? So there's sort of a cross-section of what people are like this is what actually people are watching and what people have ranked some of the shows they're watching. It's nice to see some of the ones that I'm watching on in the top 10. But now that we're done that, let's get to the main event. Let's check out some 2000s anime. Just get set up here. And I've picked, I like to think I picked a couple of good ones. Oh, let me see here. Oh, yes. Get that set up here. All right. First on the list. Actually, before we even get to that, anybody have any idea as we play Guess the Anime Background? So this here's the background here. Have a look at it. Can you guess what show this is from? If anyone has any ideas, or if they've seen this before, just throw it in the chat there if you know what show this scene is from. Give you a little bit of time to give it a once over. Kathy, you're okay? How am I doing? I'm doing just dandy. Come on, Sylvia. Okay. I'll give you another look after we go through the... Okay, so this show, you guys should know, but we'll see. It's Kirby, right back at ya. And this was from 2001. Looks like everybody's having a fun time playing at the beach. Kirby's playing in the water. Everybody's having a fun time. It looks like King Dedede is just dying in the heat. So is his minion. Oh, and the title is called Goodbye, Snowman Chili. Yeah, there you go. It's Kirby. So they send he talks to this guy on the screen who he's like, send me something. And he's like, here you go. It's a ice dragon who makes it really cold. But they can't control it and it runs away. And of course, everyone's just so weltering in this heat. But then all of a sudden, the trees change color. The leaves are changing color. And clouds are rolling in. And everyone doesn't know what's falling from the sky. Because they live in a southern area, they don't know what it's going on. Until this bright young girl here, she's like, it's snow. It only falls in northern countries. We never see it here. But these guys have like snow just covering their whole place. And they have like a snow day. Hey, what's up, Husk? The anime background is southeastern, not. Oh, you're close. You gotta fix up the words a bit. They're trying to get a picture here. But this guy gets wiped out because King Dedede is giving out snowboards. So it's nice and cold for him now. You're not big on Japanese names? Pretty close, though. So everybody's having a fun time in the snow. And this mysterious figure is like, it's not a natural phenomenon. And while they're going along, they run into a snowman. You tried? I mean, good on you, Husk. You're like super close. So this little guy's her brother. It's her brother and Kirby. They found the snowman. They're playing with the snowman. Your sub count keeps going up and down. You hate YouTube. I would say just don't worry about the sub count. It's always going to fluctuate up and down. So they're having a snowball fight because that's what you do when it snows out. But then this snowman acts kind of odd. It starts aiming its snowballs at the deadly sharp icicles above Kirby. So it keeps trying to hit him and it keeps missing. So that's when you know something's up. This snowman doesn't, he wants to hurt Kirby. Husk, you don't really post so yours don't go down. And I think it almost gets him. Except King Dedede gets moves Kirby out of the way. And she's very suspicious. But Kirby wants to be friends with the snowman, even though the snowman is trying to get rid of him. You try to say Soul Eater not, but it made me put South. And you are correct, Husk. That is from Soul Eater not. Can you turn off autocorrect? Hey. You guessed it, though. Good on you. Yes, Soul Eater not. And that was part of the anime for my April stream that was awful anime, because I did not like Soul Eater not. It was not enjoyable. It did not have the charm of the original Soul Eater. So now that they're trying to play on the ice, this snowman is like smashing onto the pond, trying to crack it and drown Kirby. Like, okay, if that doesn't clue you in that he's evil. But then the young girl comes along and she's gonna save Kirby, but then Kirby wants to save the snowman. So he does. They get him to shore, and I think they bury him in snow so that he can heal up. Yeah, Timeless. Guessed it before Comic joined. He's the one to beat, all right. You gotta try to get things super fast when he's around. So she starts yelling at the snowman. She's like, you tried to make him drown, but then, of course, Kirby is defending him. I don't know why. Is he too dumb to know that this thing is trying to get rid of him? So he even brings it back to his house to sleep when his bird friend is like, I'm not sitting around in here. It's going to freeze. It's too cold. I'm out of here. And he's like, can I sleep here? And you're like, why are you here? Because Kirby brought in that snowman into our house. And Kirby's sleeping, and of course, the snowman menacingly approaches him with an ice pick, or an ice spear. He's going to get rid of him. But I think he has a change of heart as he leaves. The brother and sister run in there. Kirby, oh, you're not hurt. Okay. But now that he sees that the snowman's gone, Kirby's going to run after him. And they happen to run into the dragon that's causing all the snow and all the ice. The ice dragon. And there's King Dedede admiring his work. And he yells at the snowman for not taking out Kirby. So he's going to use the ice dragon to stomp on him. But Kirby saves him in time. Again. And now it's Kirby versus the ice dragon. Of course, they're like, Kirby, inhale it. So he gets to use his powers. And he tries to inhale the dragon, but he's too darn big. But instead of that, this guy gives him some advice. Inhale the crystal instead. So Kirby does that. And he gets his ice powers. So he can go head to head with the Ice Dragon. It's rough going, except he gets a hint to freeze him from the inside. So Kirby jumps right in, down his gullet, and just starts freezing. And he freezes the whole thing. And then poof, gone. Things start to melt. And that snowman is very tiny. And so they decide to put him on a little iceberg, or a chunk of ice that broke off. Then his friends come out to Kirby. They're like, he's got to sail away, Kirby. But eventually the ice melts and he goes into the water. So that's it for the snowman. Kind of a dark ending for that one. But that's Kirby from 2001. All right, next. What do we got here? Oh, yes. The show is from 2006. And you may have heard of it before. It is called Black Lagoon. So we got our opening here. And there's the title, Black Lagoon. And I think this is one I'm really would I'm going to watch in my spare time, because it seems really really action-packed. We've got our main character here, kind of living the salaryman life. You know, he's pretty miserable at his job. Doesn't like it. But he gets told to deliver a package, where we meet him on a ship as he's delivering a disc to these ones. These guys are pirates. And there's Revy and Dutch. Comics Huge Circles are today at 2. You're saying it because he's not here? Yeah, it's at noon Mountain Time. Old Comic Relief Crusader. You can watch him draw his own manga in real time. So it looks like these guys are waiting for that drop of that disc, and they've got it. So now they got to get away. They were going to take this salaryman, this poor guy, who was just making delivery. They're taking him for ransom. And they're just the intermediaries for the Russian mafia. So they're going to deliver that disc to them. They're hoping to get money for this guy. This is his, like, the higher ups at his company. And this guy is supposed to handle what's going on there with that stolen disc. Kathy, you watched Black Lagoon. Hey, did you like it? Was it a good watch for you? So because the Russian mafia doesn't have the disc yet, that's their chance. They figure they're going to try to wipe out anybody that has the disc. So instead of letting Revy get rid of our hostage, Dutch is holding her back so she can't, because they finally figured out that he is not going to be worth any money at all. So Dutch is he's pretty mellow. He takes him up there to have a smoke. They want to try to set up a trade or something. Yeah, his name is Rokuro Okajima. They call him Rock for short. So Okajima Rokuro. Yeah, Sylvia, Russian mafia. So right now, these guys have decided we're gonna take some mercenaries or assassins to get rid of everybody. So they land at a port, and they want to get something to drink. Well, this is a place full of ne'er-do-wells and the low life, the underworld. So there they are having a drink. There's pew-pews everywhere. So he was having beer, and she kind of like eggs him on, like, oh, if you're a real man, you're gonna drink rum. But he's like, you think this scares me? He's like, we were forced to drink at university parties and company socials. He's like, I'm used to this. So they're going to go to town drinking. Oh, but it looks like the mafia has somebody that they've interrogated. And they tell Dutch that there's going to be an assassin coming to get you. And he's like, uh-oh. And there they are. There's like a freaking platoon of them. And they just pelt the place with just bullets everywhere. And they come in checking for survivors, and Revy decides to do what she does best and take them out. And she does a good job. So Dutch figures they're not going to be able to trade this guy for anything anymore. So they're going to leave him. He's like, don't just leave me here. Take me with you. And so they make their escape. They finally make it back to their ship, and off they go. He finally gets a chance to talk to his boss, who is like, this is what the situation is. He's finally telling him, hey, we'll pay for your funeral. You'll be promoted 2 levels, but we consider you to be a goner. And they're chasing after them in an attack helicopter. You liked it? Roberta's very cool. Nice. I thought it would be a good one. I think I'll continue on with it myself, too. Well, they got to do something because that attack helicopter is going to take them out of the water. He was going to jump overboard, but Revy catches him. He's quite angry. He's thinking, why should I suffer? But we won't know what happens next unless we watch the next episode of Black Lagoon, which I think I will do because this is a very good show. Highly recommend it to people. Black Lagoon. All right. And the final one. This one is from, let me see, when's this from? 2009. So at the very end of our decade here, 2009, we have this show. And it was everywhere. There was people all over dressing up as characters from this show. And this show was Axis Powers Hetalia. And if you don't know about this is every country in the world is in human form. So this is America. Right? It's jumping quite a bit there. There's Belgium, Spain, Japan, Switzerland, England, and they act just like their countries would. France, who always disagrees with England and America. Yeah, Ketha, Italia. This is just a silly show. There's China. There's Russia. Of course, Russia's always concerned with Belarus, Latvia, Estonia. Greece is just sleeping. Then there's Germany. Starts yelling at everybody. Hey, how you doing? Comic Relief Crusader? Yes, where every person is a country. Exactly. It's Axis Powers Hetalia. And then there's Italy, who says his famous saying, pasta. Guys, don't forget, tune in to Comic Relief Crusader in about 2 hours for his show called Huge Circles. He's drawn his own comic, and you can watch him do it live. There we are. Axis Powers Hetalia. Now these episodes are super short. Like they're like 5 minutes long. So you could power through the whole series very easily. Like I say, 5 minute long episodes, really easy to get through. Could Country Humans meme been inspired by this? It was not on the internet that time. I'm not sure. I don't know if I've seen Country Humans meme. CRC, you have a surprise. I'm sure everyone is excited for a surprise. But on this show, we get a little bit of backstory about the man who conquered everything, the Mediterranean Sea, and obtained all. His name was Roman Empire, which, there's your history. The Roman Empire. If the countries are people, where do they live? Yeah. Where do they live? And then just like the fall of the Roman Empire, he disappeared. Then during World War I mean, that's quite the distance between the fall of the Roman Empire and World War I. You've got Germany saying he's got to be fighting a descendant of Rome right now, but he's not encountering any resistance. Until he stumbles upon a box that says tomatoes on it. Yeah, the armor Ketha. Oh, to be continued. And then we have Chibitalia. So they do a section of this with just chibi style characters telling a story about how the countries got together, but then Roman Empire took Italy away. And how they got along. And he wants to show it back to the countries. He wants to go back to the countries and show them his drawing. But they're all bullies now. And they bully him. And then they have a little group song where they're always singing about their countries. And Germany is still wondering about this box of tomatoes. And that is Axis Powers Hetalia. Like, that's like I say, good show. You can just burn through them because they're just 5 minutes each. And it's a fun time. It's just rampant silliness is all it is. Comes down to. But those are the 3 shows from the 2000s this week. The first one was Kirby, right back at you. Then Black Lagoon. And finally, Axis Powers Hetalia. And I remember people dressing up a lot from Hetalia because it was so easy to do. You like how Canada and America are portrayed? Canada's holding on to the polar bear, eh? Canada's got the polar bear. It kind of looks almost like, but then nobody sees Canada either. Like, whoa, where's Canada? And he's right there in the room with them. Pretty funny. All right. Next up, it's going to be the shows of the season. And I'm going to talk about them, so if you haven't seen them, I'm throwing up the old spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. All right, first up here on the list. Well, actually, I should just go to here, summer 2026. There we go. I've already dropped a couple of shows already. The circus one. I dropped that one because that just, the grow up show. It just didn't grab me, and it just seemed kind of boring. And I also dropped My Stepmother and Stepsisters Aren't Wicked. As for the ones remaining, The Livid Lady Guide to Getting Even, How I Crushed My Homeland with My Mighty Grimoires. I do like a good revenge anime, so if people have been done wrong against them, and they're up for getting revenge, I'm there for it, as long as it's well thought out and calculated. So I'm on the second episode. Looks like she's defected to the next country beside them, and she's planning on her revenge, but first she needs money and such. So she's making a name for herself with the soaps they manufacture, and she is doing well and making a lot of enemies with the other soap manufacturers. But because one of the soap manufacturer, the one guy there, tries to steal her formula, he doesn't get the whole formula, just the half of it, and it makes people break out in rashes and pain and stuff like that. So she manages to show that he did all that, and he gets his company taken away from him. And I believe she buys it up. So there we go. She's very crafty and calculating. So good for her. Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. This is season 2. If you've watched the first season, you know what it's all about. He is a master to a lot of the really top swordsmen in the realm there. They're in positions of power because of him and learning from him. And now he's out there. He's up in the big city helping out where he can. He's teaching people how to use a sword. He's actually teaching one of his students to be a teacher. So hopefully she gets better at learning how to teach her students. And of course, there's always the backroom dealing and, treachery behind the scenes going on. So hopefully our swordsman can, figure out what's going on. And he's also voiced by the voice actor who does Sanji. So if you're a One Piece fan of the Japanese voice actor for Sanji, it's him. And it's very subtle because he's not screaming, yelling, or anything like that. He's very calm and collected. But you really can hear it if you listen carefully. On to Hell Mode, Season 2. Hell Mode, really good now. It takes a while for this guy to level up because he's got his settings to Hell Mode, so he doesn't earn as much experience, he doesn't earn as much gold or anything like that for his character. But he manages to make himself pretty strong being a summoner and being able to summon animals. And now that they're at the academy, he's got a bunch of his childhood friends there, and the girl he was working for. They're all in a group. They're in a dungeon. They're doing okay, but then the last episode, they hit a trap where it separated the group out. So now it's a little tougher now because the monsters are really hard. And so people's lives are in danger. So we'll have to see what happens in the next episode. Ironwalk Jan. I'm getting like Food Wars vibes from this one. You've got two schools of thought. The one cook there, Jan, he thinks that making food is a competition. You got to beat whoever you're against. And then the other school of thought there is you put your heart and soul into making food. You put your love into it. And so the last episode, they had a food critic, a famous food critic, come to their restaurant where they both were making chawanmushi. And the food critic was he was really harsh. He couldn't say anything bad about them, about any of their dishes. But he left and he was just seething with rage the way they were talking to him. So I think, well, hopefully we don't get trouble from him, but probably he might come back to bite them both because they were very, disrespectful to the guy. So we'll see how it goes there. But so far I'm keeping up with Iron Walk Jad. Next up, Kaiju Girl Carmelise. This girl is part kaiju, and I think it comes out when she is feeling very amorous or she feels love from somebody. I'm still a little shaky on when she turns into a kaiju, like what's the trigger for that. But she's caught the eye of like the hottest guy in school. She can't believe he likes her. But he does. And yeah, we'll see if she can get through her transforming into a kaiju. Because the last episode, she was in the school, or beside the school, in one of the school sheds or something like that. And yeah, he ran into her. And they sort of talked it out a bit. And then all of a sudden, whoosh! The very last second, she turned into a giant kaiju. And yeah, I wonder if he's gonna figure it out that she's the kaiju. Recommendations from Iwamoto Senpai. This is a very supernatural one where the Iwamoto goes around to places checking on supernatural events. And if he finds someone that has like special abilities or whatever, he gets they get recommended to his school, academy for gifted people. It's almost sounded like the X-Men to me, but that's what it sounds like to me. And I don't know if it's going to pick up anytime soon to get a little more exciting or what they're going to encounter. The last episode was a tree that granted wishes if you wrote it on an axe and chopped it into the tree. But it turns out there was a priestess inside the tree, and it was her blood that was granting all the wishes. So yeah, it was a spirit that would sever the bonds of people. And it was he figured it out anyway. Iwamoto figured it out, and I think they put her to rest. But they took all the axes out of the tree. Yeah, just I'm on the fence with this one with Iwamoto Senpai. We'll see if it picks up, if it gets a little more exciting. If not, I'll just drop it. Did I see Ghost in the Shell episode 2 yet? Oh, of course. Yeah, I had to do some research just to see if that's what happened in the manga. So I had to find the manga online here just to see, and yeah, everything that happened in the manga everything that happened in the anime happened in the manga. So they didn't add anything or anything like that. So I'm liking it so far. As far as Ghost in the Shell goes, it's been a long time since I've seen anything in Ghost in the Shell. But yeah, no, things are moving right along for that one. Smoking behind the supermarket. It's good so far. I hope it doesn't take all 12 episodes for this guy to figure out that the girl he likes at the cash register is the girl that's behind the supermarket smoking with him. If it takes 12 episodes, this is a big waste. So if he's so dense that he can't figure out, I'm going to drop this one if he doesn't get it by like episode 6. Because this is getting a little ridiculous. So you're on the fence there behind the supermarket, because the last episode, I thought he would figure it out. She knows why, and it's kind of like, why is she screwing with him? But I think she's doing it to protect herself, to see if he's really a good guy or not. But he's sharing his feelings with her about the other girl and hopefully getting some advice from her. At least that's what he thinks. Sparks of Tomorrow. Man, I've never wanted a bad guy to get punched as much as the branch manager here. The guy that keeps trying to get this electrical catalog. Because he finally got the electrical catalog after a bunch of running around and chasing after it. And it proved useless to him because it was just, it's only half of it there, and also it's just our main character's notes that he made. He wrote down ideas. So yeah, if I'm hoping that something works out here. We're getting to episode 3, so if we can get him out of the picture, and hopefully our main character and the young girl can go off on an adventure. Adventures in electricity? We'll see. 100 girlfriends who really, really love you. What can I say? I've watched both season 1 and 2, and season 3 is not disappointing. Our main character, Rentaro, he's getting his 100 girlfriends. He's slowly working his way, meeting new girls. And the most recent addition is his cousin, who is a OCD or neat freak, and she tries to change everybody because, you know, they all have their own little idiosyncrasies, and it just drives her up the wall. She can't handle it. But at the end of the episode, she realizes that, oh no, I was the one causing the trouble. Everyone else is doing just fine. So that's how the last episode ended. To be fair, who doesn't want to punch their manager? Oh yeah, CRC, you got her. You know, you want to just wind up and just bang, out for the count, you know? We've got the Exiled Knight knows how to game the system. I like shows that have RPG elements in them where people are checking their stats and everything like that. And apparently this guy gets like the worst job being a heavy knight. Apparently that's looked down upon in that society as worthless. But I mean, to me, if you have a high defense, you can hang into a fight longer, and he does. He has pretty high defense. And yeah, he can't dish out a lot of damage, but I mean, he plays it smart. He's got experience. He knows he's played the game before. I mean, he's not in the game, he's in real life, but it plays just like the game. So he's working at it. In this last episode with that, what was it? The ghoul? Anyways, it was a giant head with arms and legs, and it started eating the undead to level up. So now went from level 33 to level 40. And I think he's only like level 13 or something like that. And their big guy that was there, he was level 40. He got knocked out. So now it's up to the Heavy Knight to try to take this thing down. And man, I can't wait to see what he does, if he's going to be able to do it and how he does it. So that's for that one, the Exiled Heavy Knight. I'm going to keep up with that one for sure. Same with 100 Girlfriends. I'm keeping up with that. We've got the Forsaken Saintess and her foodie road trip in another world. I mean, typical isekai, except her ability there, she can see whether things are to eat or whether they're poisonous or non-poisonous. She has an RV. She drives around in it, runs on mana. And she's just going to be like a support character for this group she ran into. So the last episode, she got to meet the group, get to know them better, show them her skills, what she can do. And yeah, that was it. Pretty much just meet and greet. Hopefully there's nothing too crazy going on. I think they made it to a main city where they get to look around. But I don't think haven't gone on any quests yet. All right, we got the Ghost in the Shell. Keeping up with Masamune Shiro's or doing a better job of the visual style and the writing, the representation of what the characters. Yeah, you're getting a more true to the manga show. You know, they're coming together and they're fighting against, well, let's see here. Yeah. They have to create their special task force against emerging threats. And yes, they have to confront complex cybercrimes and international conspiracies. The existence of a mysterious unidentified hacker known as the Puppet Master. So I'm sure they'll run into him soon. The Puppet Master. But yes, really enjoying Ghost in the Shell. It's just too bad we gotta wait a week for every episode to come out. The Villager of level 999. So I'm really enjoying this one because the villager in question, he's just so chill. He is at level 999, so it's like nobody can touch this guy. And he's just like, they're like, don't you want to fight demons? He's like, no, that's dumb. And demons are like, don't you want to fight humans? He's like, no, that's dumb. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't want to go around hunting things down, okay? But he's so strong when they do get attacked. When the city gets attacked, he goes out to take them on. And he does a good job. But then the last episode is some of the people he ran into, like the hero and his party, they come to help. And of course the demon lord's daughter's there. The giant woman there that is really buff is there. So they're trying to take down this horde, which may not be the Demon King's doing. I think there's some treachery behind the scenes where they're using the Demon Lord's name to send out monsters to attack human villages. So they got to get to the bottom of that. Somebody is messing around, and our main character doesn't think it's the Demon Lord. Because he could do something about it. Like I say, he's level 999. He's super strong. The world's strongest rear guard. This is going to be a harem. It doesn't look like it yet because there's only 3 of them in the party, but our main character is a support class, the rear guard, and he provides support to the people in front. But the byproduct is that they feel very what do you call it? Not amorous, but they feel they have to support him and take care of him. Even so, it's an effect that happens even out of battle. So his frontliners, his attackers, and all that, they feel they have to take care of him. And it looks like, he's only got 2 so far, and one is his former boss, who is a Valkyrie now. And they came to an understanding sort of last episode after he saved her from a named monster, and she joined his party. So he has a beast girl and his former boss now. And looking at the picture, it looks like he's going to get more. So we'll see how this goes. As long as they do a lot of good adventures, I'm up for it. Samurai Troopers. Yoroi Shinden Samurai Troopers. The second cour. So I watched the first one. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And this last episode, the big bad guy Ramaga, he's coming back again. It's like, oh man, again, same guy. But the red samurai trooper was taken away by the divine being there, and he should have learned how to handle these demons. But he just showed up at the very last minute of the last episode I saw, so I'm not sure what he's going to do, but hopefully it's help out the samurai troopers who are in dire needs there. They were surrounded. But I think what's going to happen is the troopers are going to have to work with the demons to take down a third party that is trying to wipe out all of humanity. So we have a third party. They want to wipe out humanity and the demons. So I think the demons and the humans are going to have to work together. That's just my thoughts. That's only after the first episode. So we'll see if that happens. And finally, young ladies don't play fighting games. You've got these girls at an all-girls school. You are not allowed to play video games after lights out or on school premises, and they do. They almost got caught. They had to bust through a window, and I don't know why they just didn't open it, but they broke through a whole window and ran off before they could get caught. One of them is the super popular girl, and she plays fighting games. Nobody would ever suspect she does, but she does play fighting games, particularly Street Fighter 6. So you see a lot of Street Fighter 6 in this show. And then you've got the girl that wants to be all prim and proper, and she kind of left gaming behind, but now she's having a resurgence because of this popular girl that plays, and she wants to stomp her into the ground. But they have a good little rivalry going. They look like they're becoming fast friends as they battle each other in Street Fighter 6. That's about it. Not too much. It's not too deep in this show. Pretty shallow if it's just playing fighting games when they're not supposed to, or trying to sneak around and do it. So we'll see how that plays out. It's only been 2 episodes for me, so I can always watch the next one and see what I think. We'll have to see whether they come up with some sort of plot that makes them work together. I don't know. Something. But that is all the shows of the summer season. Some I'm going to hang on to. Other ones, off they go into the dropped area. Hope you guys are enjoying your shows of the season. This is quite a few for me. It's a little more than I wanted to watch this season. But so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 16 so far. That's a little more than I wanted for this season. Well, we'll see. It'll get pared down, I'm sure. All right. Well, I believe I'm going to start wrapping her up now, everyone. I believe that's it for the, that's it for the season. I mean, there are the shows that I am watching that aren't part of the season, which will be Lupin the Third. I'm only about 30 away from finishing that. So I can't wait to wrap that up. And then we can start on part 3. I'd just like to thank everybody that came around today. It was good seeing you all. People such as Sylvia and Husk, Canadian Cat, Crazy Lazy Fan, Milk Cookie, and of course Valentino. And there was Life in a Nutshell, VoxTech, Rose, The Timeless Gamer, Ketha. It's always good to see Ketha. Who else was here? I saw somebody. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. There was Max. Max, the creator. Anybody else who is lurking and listening, I really appreciate it. If you could do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends, spread the word. Let them know old Pop's here. Oh, yeah, we did that before you arrived. CRC. Let me just get it here for you. I'll show you. See if you can get it. You recognize what show this is from? Yeah, Husk guessed it. Don't forget to visit some of these other channels, like Pacific 414. He should have his Pop Talk on today. There's also DJ Ronnie G, Brandon the Anime Guy. There's the Backlog Battler, Comic Relief Crusader, of course, who will be streaming today in about an hour and a half with his huge circles. Hello, FKHC. You can also check out Infinite Metal, who's over on Kick and Twitch. He's a pretty funny guy. You'll definitely like his Undead Dragon Lord, who will mock and ridicule him as he's playing games. Plays a lot of retro games. Then there's Call Me Kixie. She is a VTuber who is very family-friendly, warm and welcoming. She streams on Saturdays for about 6 hours or so. So really long time. But you can catch her over on Twitch. And you know what? She plays indie games. She just scours Steam to find those indie games. Yes, Comic Relief Crusader. It is Soul Eater Not. One of the shows that I didn't think was that great. I didn't care for it. So yeah, check out those great streamers. Coming up on Tuesday, that's Trades Talk Tuesday. That's the show where we get a really industrial. We put on our hard hats and our safety boots and we check out the world of the trades. You can see, what does a welder do? What does an electrician do? What does an HVAC technician do? All that kind of good stuff. And then on Saturday, we're going to continue on with more Trails in the Sky for the PSP. I'm starting Chapter 3 now. So we've moved on to the next area, which is Zeiss. And it is a very futuristic place in that world. So I'm looking forward to trying to complete that one. Have a new follower on the Green Machine. Hey, well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I do have quite a few followers over on the Kick side. And then next week on Sunday, we're back here again for more 2000s anime. I'll show you some shows that maybe you've seen, maybe you haven't. But it's all from the 2000s, and that was a fun time. There was a lot of good shows that came out during the 2000s, from 2000 to 2009. Some very enjoyable shows indeed. And you'll see them here next week if you show up to Sunday Anime Chat. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today, everyone. I had a fun time, and I hope you did as well. And I hope to see you guys the next time I'm streaming, which will be on Tuesday. But if not, join me on the weekends. I'm here every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern. But until then, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.